You're live. Let's go. Wano.
We are live. All right.
Perfect.
Look at this.
All right. All right, y'all good? Good, we good. Welcome to the next episode. I'm not even gonna keep doing this number thing, to be honest.
We don't even remember the numbers at this point.
I started thinking I went blank, so I ain't even finna worry about it. Welcome to One Piece University, our Wednesday stream, which is obviously not going to be chapter focused, even though this is a break week as well. Today we will be discussing the best performances in Wano. And we are 4 deep today. It's going to be a shorter stream, but it's going to be a very fun stream. We're using basketball awards. If you're not familiar with American basketball, just bear with us. We will explain everything, of course. So, without further ado, I'm going to let everyone explain, introduce themselves. I made it on time. Let's go. Shout out to Mega T in the chat. Thank you for joining up, big dog. We love that you're here supporting us. So, first off,
Yes,
I'm going to
sir.
let you, Zane, tell the folks about yourself. Tell them how to reach you if necessary.
Yes, sir. My name's Zane. You can catch me at Daimyo Sun on Twitter. We're about to rank some Wano awards for some of these characters, and it's going to be exciting, man. We're going to have something different for y'all. Just know that.
Yeah. For what I've been here, very different. All right, what about you, JJ? I know Prince doing the tags.
How we doing, family? John Sherrod on all social media. I think I'm still the last person on the carrot agenda train, and I got another week to ride that train, so pause. But that's a bad way to start the pod. Let me just go ahead and move on. OPU, we do what we do.
For sure. JJ, not JJ, Jesus Christ, I'm scatterbrained today. Prince, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Principal Anime coming at you with some major action. I missed out on the last stream, but now I'm back better than ever. I'm doing some shit. I'm doing tags right now, so a bit discombobulated. But other than that, I'm ready to talk about all these awards and shit like that. I do have some more generic ones, maybe like a bit of like curveballs here and there, but other than that, I'm ready. Let's do it.
For sure, man. Mega T say Marco getting 6. We get to it. All right, so to start things off, MVP, best overall performance. This will be just that character with all they accomplished. It does not have to be on the winning side. I'm going to put it out there. So if you like somebody from, let's say you like King and you think he had a great performance, you can pick King. It don't got to be, just because he lost, don't, diminish it. Because, the playoffs don't count for the regular season MVP. So anyway, Zane, who you got for your MVP?
Look, man. We all know who the real MVP of this arc was, man. Let's just keep it real right now. Without this man, the entire raid would have been lost. So I'm gonna have to put Caribou
Oh my
at MVP.
God.
Crazy.
Caribou for the MVP of Wano. I type
Honestly,
in Caribou.
boys, I'm considering ending the stream right now. This is, oh my god! Out of
This
all
guy.
the people you choose,
Oh my
out of
god.
all of them,
Oh, let my
You
guys
chose the
hang
one-
quick. Let Zane.
buffet. Like, oh my god.
Bro, let's be honest, bro. Kaido would still be ruling over Wano right now if it wasn't for Caribou.
See, I made a post about this though. That's literally with every 1v1. Bro, if we like take a look at it, if Luffy didn't split the sky, if Neko and Inu would have lost, Tama with her Devil Fruit, if she didn't do that, the raid would have been overpowered. All the characters might have lost their 1v1s, which leads to the villains and shit like King, Queen, or whoever was still available going to help Kaido. And then Luffy 2v1, even though Luffy is strong and is like going up against Kaido, he can't beat a 2v1 with another character. So it's null and void. So like, it's just
I'm gonna play devil advocate a little bit right here.
all right.
Think of the sheer amount of stuff that Caribou provided to the raid that he hid in his swamp body.
Told you, bro. Human buffet. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's It's nothing. He didn't provide shit.
Like I'm not sure they even make it to the island. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. He did come through clutch. I would have considered him for sixth man of the year, but MVP is crazy.
Even sixth man of the year, there's so many better options. Honestly, like
Who's your runner up for MVP, Zay?
Nah, if I'm being real, bro. If I'm being real, the real MVP is obviously Kaido, bro.
I respect that.
Kaido showed so many feats. He changed the entire game of hockey for us viewers. And I don't know, bro. Like, there's no presence like Kaido in One Piece.
That is true. He made up for his crew disappointed, which was menacingness. I feel personally.
Yeah, he went crazy this hard, bro. He's got to be MVP, even though he lost.
He did lose.
He got to give him MVP.
That's
Hey,
fine.
NBA players can get MVPs and they don't win a championship.
So he on his Jokic type beat. I feel it, man.
Or it's Westbrook.
Nah. Big
right,
man.
if we go into like all the semantics of other whatchamacallit, like NBA type shit, this is gonna go so long. Like, might as well stick to One Piece.
So we might start arguing about NBA shit for sure.
Exactly.
All right, well.
Yeah, I'm trying to hold my tongue in regard to that.
Yeah, we're not gonna let Jordan fans get involved in this.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump in myself, and I'm gonna talk about who my MVP is. I had two choices as well. I mean, I was thinking just how Zane was finishing. I mean, when I think of Kaido during Wano, I think of like Black Ops Zombies. Like this man just went through waves and waves of people and just smashed everybody. He's getting bit by dragons. He's got he's getting haunted by flashbacks from 20 years ago. Like he dealt with everything. That man had to make himself drunk just to entertain himself while carrying the island. Like Kaido, I don't know how you can't say Kaido is the MVP, but if I had to pick somebody else, because I always try to go the other way, Momo is definitely the MVP of Onigashima. Um, going back to the caribou moment with Zane, I say if Momo didn't get Luffy back up to fight Kaido, we wouldn't have that issue. We wouldn't have the resolution that we had. And yeah, you can't say Luffy could have went back up there with Gear 4, but then he would have killed his Aki earlier, which I said it before. That man would have been swimming more times than not. So I like to give it to Momo. And then when you add to the fact that when Luffy did beat Kaido, everybody on Onigashima would have died if it had not been for Momo. Got to give him his props.
Hey, them facts. You
Nice.
spitting for sure.
Yep, I agree with all of it. I love Momo, so yeah, I can agree with that.
I can concur to some amount. Yeah, it's a good like drop for MVP for sure.
Fact.
Oh yeah, you gotta fight. You gotta make your case. You gotta make your case.
So with that being said, go ahead, Prince. Who you got?
Okay, I think this is probably the most obvious one. I mean, there's obviously like a bunch of like out of pocket ones that you can do, like Caribou. I'm not even gonna stress more on that, but like there's obviously like some that like are contenders. There's Momo. Like some would say like Kaido is to give like more like emphasis on the antagonist side, but for me, like even though it's a bit of a cop out since it's pretty much almost like this every arc, it has to be Luffy, especially in Wano with Gear 5, with like him like demanding a 1v1 with Kaido, even though he's the strongest creature alive. Like from getting humbled in the very beginning to now absolutely clarting him like into a like what volcano in the middle of Wano. Insane. I feel like the honestly all the things he even though he's a main character, he still deserves MVP because of this arc, 100%.
Very respectful.
Because I
You
feel like
know,
in Wano specifically, there was supposed to be like in Zoro, but we'll get into that later. But there was supposed to be like characters who like had their own arc, outshine people more than the rest. But in this arc specifically, there was no one. Luffy was just tiers ahead above everyone else. So I feel like Luffy really deserves it. But there are some people that were kind of close, and that's why I gave them some other rewards. Or awards, not rewards.
I feel it. So who's your runner up? Kaido?
I'd say my runner-up is probably gonna be Momo, if I'm being honest.
Word.
But there's a reason why Momo's not the MVP, so I just gave him other awards. But based on that, I'm pretty sure people can tell which award that would be.
All right, I respect that.
Let me, let me just jump in real quick, Crow. I didn't want to pick Luffy as my MVP because it's like, NBA comparisons. It's like LeBron going to Miami. Like we done did this too much, and like I just want to I want a new face just to be MVP for 1 year, like just one arc,
okay.
a new face. So that's
it's-
why I didn't pick him.
So it's LeBron hate. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
No,
I feel
Definitely.
like
Even give
Luffy
LeBron hate at this point.
stands on his own from like a story perspective.
I
So
feel that.
you know what I'm saying? So like
I did
that's
give him
why
an
I didn't
award,
put
though.
him at MVP.
I gave him
as
an
well.
award, but it wasn't MVP because I still feel like, despite what Luffy accomplished this arc, I still think Kaido had a better performance. As
Yes, sir.
for what we is,
Yeah, he definitely
everyone
did.
expected Kaido to be this pillar of nearly unreachable strength, and he did not disappoint at all. Like this man, like you said, Black Ops Zombie, waves and waves of enemies. He literally was carrying an island the whole time. Like, what more can you expect from him? He was cooking the whole arc, and I think he really solidified himself as, like, when we come to titles, and this is no Mihawk shade, I promise you. Like I said, I always look at titles as just hype devices. I don't think they're 100% law, but the strongest creature in the world title is no question about it. He definitely solidified himself as that, his arc. And Mega T in the chat say Shinobu really MVP. Maybe after she
did
got
say
turned,
Momo.
she did, but maybe after she got turned back into her, good looking self, I give her that. But she got that big head. Nah, I can't. I gotta hate.
I like my
That
women
forehead is
voluptuous. You know
astronomical.
what I'm saying?
Nah, Raizo got a big ass head.
Oda was wilding with his MVP. I mean, his Wano designs.
I like my women mature, man.
I feel it. So we gonna keep it going, man. Next up, well, hold on. General consensus of MVP. What we got?
I'm sticking with Luffy. I mean, the Kaido thing does make sense, but I always prefer good guys over bad guys. I don't know. That's maybe a personal bias, so I'm picking Luffy for this one.
I feel it.
Hey man, Kaido is LeBron 2018. Like, yeah, he wasn't on the winning team, but he definitely deserves the award.
Okay, so I think the most of us will vote Kaido. So
Yeah,
I
that
guess Kaido is the MVP.
JJ pretty much explained it perfectly.
All right.
No, head.
All right, if we get into MVP then, or like 2018 LeBron, then 2018 I'm pretty sure someone else had scoring champ, and that was Harden, I believe.
Harden was definitely he was MVP and scoring champ that year.
Well, there we go. So best fighting feat, scoring champ. Let's get into that next. That's
Facts.
obviously Luffy. That has to be Luffy.
Best fighting feats.
That's Luffy for me. It has to be either Luffy or runner-up, possibly Sanji or Zoro. You can I like Sanji more.
I like Sanji.
I like Sanji more for fighting feat specifically.
Okay.
Like, I didn't even think of Sanji. Like, how he finished off Queen. Like, he made up like 8 moves right there. Like, I didn't even think about it.
No,
I'm
for real.
gonna go first, and I'm gonna explain. Luffy is my pick, but I'm gonna explain why Sanji is my runner-up. Sanji went from, well, this might go for most improved too, though. But Sanji went from not even being able to hurt Queen at all to basically, you know what I'm saying, one shot in the man. If we keep it at a beam, you can say 2 shot, but I want to say Hell's Memories as itself took care of Queen, you feel me? Not only that, he improved his arm in hockey to the point where his body can withstand higher temperatures of fire. He can literally regenerate from not only his bones, but his organs had to be crushed as well. And I mean, he's Sanji, bro. You feel me? He was fast enough to go invisible to the eye of a Yonko commander. That is the best realistic speed feat we've seen in One Piece right now. So that's how I have him as my runner-up. But Luffy got Advanced Conqueror's Haki, Rio, Awaken His Devil Fruit, and a million other things that Oda decided to throw on him this arc. So I'm gonna pick Luffy, but Sanji's my runner-up. So somebody hop in.
I'm I had Luffy written down on my paper, but since you brought up Sanji and I'm kind of like just moving against Luffy, I'm gonna run with Sanji because who punished their opponent more than Sanji punished Queen? Like
The
I felt
closest,
sorry for Queen.
yeah, the closest is Jinbei.
Yeah, but like I said, the way Sanji finished off Queen, like I was surprised he was still on Wano. I thought that he kicked that man over to wherever they going to next. I was surprised he was in Udon. He beat the brakes off that man.
Like literally, and coming from where he came from, strength wise, that's the only reason why I have him. Like if he was already like close to that strong, and just did what he usually does, sure. But yeah, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you good, you good. I mean, but with you being who you are, I'm still gonna go for Luffy just because I want to throw Sanji hate whenever I can. So I mean, like Sanji punished Queen, but he didn't jump rope Queen. Like there's levels.
There is levels to it. I mean, he did make him a barbecue, but that's different. That's different.
That man
My
is,
boy Luffy put his hands in Kaido's eyes and like I don't want to be in here no more. We got to get
He
that
said,
Luffy.
"Yoink."
bro.
Got that shit out real
You sound
quick.
Kaido in a Bugs Bunny, bro.
That's why Kaido lost because he was confused. He ain't never dealt with that before. That's why he really lost.
That's true. That's true. Hold
Where
on,
you at, Zane?
I want to hear this.
So, man, I really, really, really want to put Luffy right there, bro. But the feats I saw from Kaido, undeniable. His fighting feats are insane. And his pure attack power is ridiculous, bro. Like I said, there's like, if Kaido fighting at 100% is probably top of the verse, if not second in the verse. Has to be.
Second to
Just
who?
off of what
Might
we
I ask?
maybe Shanks.
Okay, I just want to hear that. Go ahead.
But and Mihawk. I know Mihawk will smoke him. But anyway, yeah, bro. Kaido just showed and proved everything that Oda portrayed him to be. So, and all of his fighting feats were absolutely ridiculous and on another tier.
See,
Luffy
Zay,
didn't.
I
What's
love
up?
that you said that. I love that you said Kaido, or like Oda showed that Kaido is like or Kaido was shown what he was like supposed to be or whatever. Like with that, because with I just searched up the definition of feat and like just like feats in general. How my mind is that like how much you improved or got to like many like levels or limits and past them. That's what I feel like is feats. I know it's like a little bit of like a semantic type thing, but like if you look at that, Luffy has done it the most in this arc. And like Sanji and Zoro are like second and third. Because if we put Kaido in terms of feats in that definition, or like to like sort of break barriers or to like do something new that like we didn't expect him to do, or like show like strength or courageousness in something brand new, and I think the only feat or like important one is Kaido's future sight that he like picked off of Luffy after copying him with like the drunk mode and shit. Other
But
than that,
Kaido,
it's just
what
like
I had,
Kaido showing off shit that like he already has. It's not
yeah,
like
for sure,
like breaking like barriers and shit.
yeah, for sure. But that was Kaido's whole character. He was the pillar of power.
I,
Luffy's whole purpose was to upgrade the entire arc and do that.
Yeah,
So in that sense, it's kind of unfair because Kaido can't do that because he's literally the top tier of the power
the
already.
that's I mean that in itself is also why kind of like because it's like also MC type stuff. This award is like kind of skewed towards like more so like the good guys in a sense because like the obstacles you're facing can't have more feats in itself than like Kaido or King and Queen. But if we were to put at the same tier, Kaido does have a lot of feats, especially against his other antagonists like counterparts. Like if we look at King and Queen, they barely had any feats, if we're being honest. Like Queen,
Yeah.
what wasn't a feat. It was just him fucking around, and then he also, I'd say, lost feats if I'm being honest. When he started shooting himself, so stupid. But yeah, and King, I think one feat is that like he got like had this whole like, oh, he's faster when like the flame goes out or some shit like that from his back, and like that's something Zoro countered almost instantly when he figured it out. So
Yeah.
honestly, I don't think Luffy countered the whole. I don't know how like he countered it. Maybe it was something to do with Gear 5, but Kaido having Future Sight, I don't know how he dealt with that. Because after Kaido got Future Sight, I'm not sure like what Luffy did to like kind of level the playing field or just make it like even somehow. I need to reread it a
I
little
think he
bit
just
more.
stopped using it, Kaido.
Yeah, I think that's when he was getting drunk.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
was going through his mode, so he didn't use it. No more.
Maybe.
He started
But
flirting.
Like in terms of
Yeah.
that sense, that's why I always gotta go with like a Luffy, like and like like Sanji as a runner up. But if we're doing like a top 5, Kaido's definitely in there.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. And I have no arguments against Luffy because, yeah, I agree with everything you say about Luffy. So,
Yeah. What about y'all?
great, I don't
Scoring
understand
champ.
it.
I'm gonna just throw one thing out there. Y'all spoke on Queen. I mean, he wasn't the most interesting, but he did some different type of things with his fights. Like, didn't he, like when he shot himself out his body, that was interesting. Like he was a dinosaur, but then he was a snake that wrapped around Sanji. Like he didn't really test Sanji, but I enjoyed watching the fight though, because he was doing a whole bunch of stuff that you haven't seen. And then when he came with the Germa technology,
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't successful, but it was a good watch.
It was it was cool because it was a callback to Whole Cake Island and the fact that he had all of their abilities. You know, we thought the German. Well, I mean, I thought the German were pretty cool and strong, and the fact that this one guy can do everything they can do. You know, Queen obviously he gets shit on because he's just such a goofy ass character, but he's strong as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, am I tripping or do they like portray Queen as like a genius and an idiot?
Yes.
He seems like both.
It's a lot of those in One Piece though. Like Caesar is a genius, but he's a fucking idiot at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
All right, hey, Sabo's in the chat. He says, "Prince, I need you to hold up Sabo for me. Don't worry, I got you."
Yo,
I mean, I can't consider him in like these awards because like he kind of not like in the arc, but like
Well,
I'll think about it.
I'm gonna do this for you, Sabo. I'm gonna talk for you real quick.
I can easily talk good
Yeah.
about Sabo. Favorite character,
Assuming
easy.
that Reverie took place the same time period of Wano, Sabo boxed with 2 admirals by himself. Because if you think about it, the Revo Commander's last chapter in 1058 said that everything with Sabo happened after they left. So it can be implied that kind of is implying that with all
it
that
was
stuff
during the time of Wano.
I'm just saying that implies that that fight happened after they left. So he clashed with Fuji and Green Bull alone. Now I'm not. This information was given during Wano, so I'm gonna just throw that in there as a contender for scoring time. I'm not gonna pick him, but that is a huge fighting feat to fight
It
2
is.
admirals at once. by yourself.
Honestly, I'm thinking that like in terms of like I know there's like many like important moments, but it could be a contender like for finals MVP for Sabo. More so not his 2v1 against an admiral or however many it was. More so because of his whole like new revolutionary army like face image type thing, pretty much like making the whole thing like go berserk in like the world, and even like the admiral's Green Bull's like it's fucked, like everything's fucked right now, and like coming to Wano with an agenda, pissed, wants to get Luffy's head, couldn't even beat Momo.
It gets turned into an advertisement for
Yeah, a walking advertisement, bro.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah.
crazy.
With that, like I could see Sabo easily having like a contendership for most important moment.
For
And that's crazy considering that he wasn't even in Wano.
For sure.
You tripping, bro?
Why you say that?
Sabo gets no awards today, okay? Sabo gets no awards today.
You hear that, Sabo? It ain't.
Eric got more of a chance of winning an award today than Sabo. And I'm not even the only time I'm not Eric today, okay? Other than
Hey,
earlier.
you hear that, Sabo? It's not us, it's JJ. You feel me?
You know what the problem is.
That's your man's man. You gotta lock him down.
So overall consensus. Did everybody get to speak about scoring chat?
I think we did. I think the general consensus
It's
was I
Luffy,
think the
right?
top three were Luffy, Kaido, and Sanji.
Yeah. So I'm
I
thinking we
think so.
get that to Luffy, right?
Yeah,
Just
Yeah,
I
off
agree.
gear.
I don't mind giving it to Luffy. Sure.
I'm giving it to Luffy.
Okay, for sure, for sure. Next up, DPOY. Now this is a weird one. I know you would think that DPOY would be defensive player of the year for those who don't know basketball. You would think that it would be someone that did something defensive, but to avoid the same stuff going to the same people, which would be Kaido or Luffy, then we had to change this up a little bit and say the best character moment. So, who had the best, arc? And like I said, it's not really much character focus in this arc, but who do you think was the best or who stood above those? And my pick is gonna. I'm just go, go real quick. It's just easy Momo. Like I don't think there should even be a defense against anyone else. Sanji obviously finishing up his stuff from Whole Island is something that you can throw out there, but this is not his arc. So I'm going Momo. What about you guys?
All right, I'll just chime in real quick. Also, Mega T in the chat. I love Sabo, but he's not in the arc. That is true. I mean, if we want to, we can really do it like these awards based on the whole, like, who was at Wano, like based on that, and not just like the arc itself and like Reverie chapters. But yeah,
Groovy Zeno says Sanji destroying the race suit and Momo overcoming his fears.
yeah.
His many
I did
fears.
have
Yes.
I did have Sanji second for Depoy for defensive player of the year, but first, like Crow said, it's got to be Momo. Like there's all these different things like that were happening with Momo. His growth, like it's not gonna technically count since like it's been since Punk Hazard, but in Wano specifically, there's so many moments of growth for Momo to go from a little kid needing the help of Luffy to becoming an actual leader, stepping up for himself, becoming Shogun of Wano, all those things like added little by little, and that's honestly great character moments. And I feel like that in itself, without Momo like developing in Wano, there is no Wano. I feel so. It was definitely like contingent on Momo developing and becoming the Shogun. So yeah, Depoy easily to him. Although some would say if it was more Straw Hat based, Zoro should have gotten this title, but he didn't because of reasons. But
Yeah, he's just not Sanji. Sanji is the character guy. Zoro's the fighting guy.
but yeah, for a defensive player of the year, I gotta give it to Momo.
All right, for sure. What about you, Zane?
Yeah, I think it's an easy Momo pick. Like everything that he went through this arc, everything he saw this arc, all the growth he had, the connection he made with the Straw Hats, it's just all great, man. He's got to be number one.
Word. What about you, JJ? I'm assuming. Well, you like to be different, so I want to hear this.
Man, I wish I could be, but it's rather unanimous, man. I mean, I'm of this thought. Post time skip, the strongest character moment was a 8-year old being chained up by the man that took his father's life, and all he had to do was denounce his name, and he would have been safe. And he said, "Nah, I'm Kazuki Momonosuke, and I'm gonna be the Shogun of Wano." There's no stronger moment post time skip. Maybe Raizo is safe, but that
No.
that boy was 8 years old.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
crazy.
I completely agree with that, bro.
I mean, I'm not gonna rule out Corazon and Law when he was talking to him inside of the thing. I think that was an amazing just moment, but Momo clears, I think. So yeah, I just want to throw that
That's
out.
a
You
good
said
one.
pre-time, post time skip. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. But that's just something that's up there. You feel me? Groovy Zeno said
Absolutely.
JJ spitting. He not lying. You spitting.
So like, I mean, like they got transported to the future 20 years, but in Momo's eyes, that probably happened just like a month ago. Like from Punk Hazard, them getting travel up to Punk Hazard to then, like what, 30 days tops?
Yeah, it
And
wasn't very
for
long at all.
exactly, and one of his last moments from his original time was him being strangled by the same man asking him the same question, and he just had that kind of growth within the month. That clears everything to me.
Yeah, for sure, man. I
And
like
also,
that.
if you think about it, I feel like it was like in some sort of way, like when he asked Shino to become 20 years older, it's not just this whole like, I need to be strong now. I'm also sure that Momo thought in some way that like half of his retainers were there for 20 years helping out the situation or trying to make sure that Kaido was diminishing or like the revolution was like there in some way. So I'm sure he took it into account, even though like he was a kid and like he just wanted to be strong quick. I'm sure in somewhere in the back of his mind, it was like a thought that, like this, like the 20-year sacrifice is like for them as well, because like I need to be like a role model for them, and be a sort of like icon, like to for them to like someone that they can follow, someone that they can see that what he's made the sacrifices, he's ready to be strong, he's ready to lead Wano. That's someone who I can trust and follow. So I feel like that's another thing that people sometimes kind of miss when they see Momo like growing 20 years into the future, or well, his body at least.
Am I the only person happy he doesn't have the little shaved cut as an adult?
Oh my!
Honestly,
Said that in the chat,
I,
bro.
I prefer his
I remember I said
his current thing.
Oh, what you said?
Hey man, when
Zay?
you go to that final war, don't be mad if he got that buzz cut.
Oh,
Don't
I'm
be
gonna
mad.
I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be mad. I was like, bro, don't touch that shit, bro. You tripping, bro?
Nah, he looks good. He looks good.
Yeah, he's
bro
raw
was
right now.
balding at 8.
Yeah, bro, that's
no.
crazy. All right, so consensus, easy. DPOY is Momonosuke,
Momo.
the
Momo,
Peach
for sure.
Dragon. All right, next up, man. Finals MVP. This is not gonna go to a specific person, but a specific moment. What was the most important moment? Megan T said the haircut is good development. What is the
That's
most
fact.
important
That's big
moment?
That's the biggest development that Momo got. That's reverse balding, bro. He went from bald at 8 to full head of hair
Yeah,
at
man.
28.
If we need,
Bro.
we need that keep sponsor for Momo. You feel me? Y'all need to hit us up.
Keep sponsor. Oh my god.
All right, man. So next up, a consensus
Oh, wait, you
DPO
forgot-
wise winner, huh?
Oh, you forgot. We should get into 6 man of the year, right?
Oh, I was looking at it in order from the picture. My bad. 6 man a year, yeah. That should be. Oh, I'm skipping shit. Look at me. I'm so excited
Yeah.
to get that. All right, 6 man a
Nah,
year.
we'll get
Most
to it.
clutch non-main character. I don't even have an answer to this yet, honestly. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Gear 5 Finals MVP. I like that. Oh, what,
Yeah,
just,
Meg,
that's the
Mega
chat.
T, that is
yeah.
that is a good contender. That is a
Yeah.
good contender for sure.
So,
6 man of the year.
yeah, I'm gonna let you go, Prince.
There's two in my mind, and obviously, like, if you want to go a derpy route or like a very like serious route, there's two answers. I'll give you both. And it's like I'll give the derpy route like more of like a side thing, like a runner up, but I'll go with this more serious one first. I think Marco is 6 man a year for sure.
Yep.
Like the amount of things that he did to hold off King and Queen, both, all the healing that he did, helping out with the virus with Chopper, and then at the end, Kaido was like, what you call it, like coming down and like saying that, oh, Luffy's pretty much dead, which honestly he might have been, but Marco was ready to step up and just say like, "I, we're the only ones left. We still gotta pull this through. If we die, we die. That's it. That's how we end in this." So, like, big props to Marco for 6 man a year for sure. And then runner up, I'm giving it to Tama, because
oh my god.
obviously like her being clutch with her fruit and changing the tide of the raid itself. Like, if you think about it from a war perspective, numbers do matter. Like,
That's true.
even though CP0 was like, oh, like they beat all these people and got all these numbers, but can they still beat Kaido? That's for Luffy to figure out. For the whole entire raid itself, in order for it to be successful, you need to think about numbers and like your allies, which is why Kinemon was stressing to get a whole ass army to get the raid even started. Otherwise, they just would have brought the Scabbards and Luffy into Onigashima. So Tama, like, being able to change all those gifters, or I forgot who she changed, but all those beast pirates back onto their side, it's very important. So I'll give like a runner up 6 man a year to Tama.
Are we gonna give Usopp a little credit for shooting it into their mouth paws?
No.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to either. All right, JJ, what you got?
So we talking 6 man of the year. I definitely have Marco written down as one of my top people, but I think there's a few that we can consider. In regards to non-cast members, you got to speak up for Yamato because if she didn't hold down Kaido while Luffy was eating all the caribou food, Kaido probably would have smashed everybody before he got a chance to get back up. So you got to speak on her. But I'm hitting six man of the year. I'm gonna hit it with a tie between Eustace Kid and Trafalgar Law because if they
Oh,
didn't take out the other Yonko, then we wouldn't be here right now.
that's
It's
true.
just
Very,
literally
very true.
it's just
Very
literally
true.
that simple. If we're talking about the most impact non-straw hats, you got to look at the captains that came with the straw hats. They took out a Yonko. They should definitely be six man. So it's a tie for me.
I would just consider them hold on. Chat killing me today.
Guri made
bro.
a good point.
He killing
Guri made a good point for 6 man a year. Who's who? Lord Dump. That's
me.
honestly at that point he was for sure. And then runner up is CP0 distracting Luffy. Ah, yes. I mean, in that sense, we could put Shanks as 6 man of the year because he made that shit happen, and then he did the whole Green Bull thing. But so maybe you want to play Shanks instead of the CP0 agent. But other than that, that's funny. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
And if we talking about clutch from a six man, what about my boy Yasaway? If he didn't talk that talk, we wouldn't
That's
be
my
able-
coach day. He up there for coach for
That
me
is
for
true.
sure.
Very clutch.
So,
That's like definition of clutch, actually.
yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go with 6 man of the year. I'm gonna put, like you said, I'm gonna put Law and Kid as a group, making them one entity because they fought Big Mom themselves. And I'm picking them because Big Mom is still Kaido level destruction. So if she's not gone, Luffy beats Kaido. He's pooped. You know, he's done. He passed out. Big Mom is killing everybody, probably, if they're not there. So yeah, I'm gonna pick them. What about you, Zay? Am I before since you know he
Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Make sure
Like
you
and
guys
subscribe.
subscribe, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I see there's 8 of y'all watching. Yeah. I already see now it's at 10 likes. Good job. Subscribe to the channel.
Yo. My bad.
All right, Zane's back.
You good, bro? You good?
So in my first place, I have Law for sure. Just because without his interior damage on Big Mom, a lot of the damage wouldn't have been done from what Kid did. I say, but don't get me wrong, Kid being there equaled out the playing field. But I just feel like Law had really good feats. He did really well against Big Mom. I feel like he did a big chunk of the damage to Big Mom. So I'm just gonna give it to Law for my number one, and for my number two, I actually have Momo. So,
Elaborate Momo a little bit.
so basically, the last part of the fight, Momo pretty much held up the island for. I mean, he didn't really hold it up, but he slowed it down.
Yeah.
So that pretty much, and there were a couple other things.
I mean, this award's kind of hard, not gonna lie, because there's, in terms of Wano specifically, there's many things contingent on their victory.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm
And
going,
him sacrificing his age to become an adult to help Luffy was very clutch. So
yeah.
yeah, I feel like Momo can deserve it.
I think I'm gonna put Yamato as my runner-up, by the way, because fighting Kaido is definitely just as important as anything happened in his arc.
Oh wait,
That's
do y'all consider Momo part of the main cast?
No, I was just saying main cast for
No.
me was gonna be Straw Hats.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, main cast definitely Straw Hats for sure.
Yeah.
While we talking about Kid and Law real quick, I just want to get y'all if y'all had to like give percentages to who gave Big Mom that work, how would y'all split it between Law and Kid?
Give it 60.
I give it. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah, 60-40.
the
Yeah.
exact same thing. 60-40,
But-
more so towards
Law's way.
Law.
I might do 65-35 though, because yeah, think about it. If Law doesn't make the hole, Big Mom does not go in the ground. He also is the reason why those bombs go down with her, even though Yamato was a part of that, but he still did that. If he does not use K-Room, she just takes the strength back and comes back, even stronger. Like Kid did his job just doing damage, but outside of damage, Law did damage as well, just as much, if not, just as much damage, but also all of the strategic stuff. I want to say 65-35. Damn it. What's good, Roll Noah DeBoe in the chat?
Yes, sir.
So what we getting
What's
into?
up,
We
brother?
just getting into ranking the best performances in Wano. Mega T said 80 Law, 20 Kid. Okay, that see, like that's the more like if you want to be real with it. Like,
Yeah, I'm not trying to
still
hate.
kind of give Kid props because like like you gotta give some kind of respect to Kid.
Yeah,
But
I
if
don't
you
want to
want to
hate
be
on
like
him, bro.
straight up about it, that's probably what you're gonna say. It's
Law
80
went
Law, 20 Kid.
crazy. Law had so many
But
abilities in that awakening, bro. Like it was
the
crazy.
only thing that I'm pissed
Yeah,
about with
it's
Law
treated
is that
broken.
why did I'm sure it's because like Oda wanted to stretch it out more for like an impactful Big Mom falling than Kaido falling. But I am so pissed at the fact that Law did not use his fucking Corazon type shit like on Big Mom when she was falling into the sea at first. Like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
could
she
have
could have
been
been dead.
over.
She would literally
She
be
would have been
dead.
dead. Could have been dead. No need for anything. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
all
plot.
plot.
Yeah, that's plot for
That's
sure.
plot for sure. But
Mhm.
yeah, Law's bag was definitely like very versatile in their fight with Big Mom. So I'll give him. Okay, you know what? 70-30. Fuck it. 70-30.
Hey, they wouldn't even be in the conversation if Big Mama just used a bath conquer.
Yeah, they
But
would probably
hey,
be dead
we
right
won't
now.
get into that.
Yeah, but she just, I would
See,
just take that as Big Mom is just so devil fruit reliant, you know.
See, the thing is, if Big Mom used Conqueror's coding and all that, right? And Conqueror's coding or like armament coding in itself is like destroying from the inside. Law already has attacks like that. The whole like injection shot and like gamma knife and all this shit. It destroys from the inside, right?
That's true.
But
Yep.
Kid's got like a Nerf gun, so I'm just like I'm. I'll change it to 70-30, bro. Like.
Hey,
One
bro, you
more
better watch
thing.
out. He can tickle you, bro.
Yeah, he can tickle Big Mom. Imagine Kid hitting Big Mom with his Conqueror's Haki, bro. Like, just imagine that.
The tickle translation was great, bro. It had so many people panicking for a good week until Viz came out.
That
I'm
was
a-
good time.
I'm a So who do we have a consensus 6-man? Yeah, is it gonna be Law?
You
I'll
guys
go
said
with
Law
Law.
and Kid.
Law. Well, I mean, if I'm big, I was trying to show love, but since I see we all on the same page saying Kid ain't do the most of that fight, I'm going just Law. Fuck it.
All right.
Nah,
yes,
we-
Law it is.
We know Law did more damage.
All right.
It's just-
we
It's
going
just
Law
in the
again.
pages, bro.
We
All right.
going Law.
Fuck it. Law 6-man of the year. I like that.
All right.
Finals
next.
MVP. Curry just
Ah.
got his first finally. He's still not, better than Kobe, like people say. But yeah, what I'm going to say for Finals MVP, the most important moment. So it's not a person. This is the moment that defined Wano. And if this moment didn't happen, there are a lot of very important moments in Wano. But if this moment right here didn't happen, everything is for nothing. Like Zoro blocked it. I'm not, and like I said, I'm not hating on Zoro. Zoro blocked that attack, but there was an alternative that could have saved him, which is Law's Devil Fruit. Other things happened. Yamato did that with Kaido on the rooftop, but there's alternatives. But if this moment does not happen, Wano is curtains. JJ, I'm gonna go with you first. What do you have?
All right, but wait, before that, Groovy said Law needed the Kid to create openings.
That's
and
true.
Just for that, since we're doing Wano Arc Awards and it's based on basketball awards, Steph is Law, Draymond Green is Kid. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll keep moving. We'll keep moving.
That's an accurate description.
He's not even
Yeah,
Clay.
we'll
He's not
keep-
even
we'll keep
Clay.
moving. Well, not even Clay. We'll keep moving because he's not creating openings, bro. Draymond is with the big ass screen, so that's what Kid did with the
It's
big
not
ass
cool.
walls and shit. So, all right, JJ, go ahead with the Finals MVP.
So I'm gonna go ahead and try to paint a picture for y'all. Just close your eyes and vibe with me. So,
All right,
All right.
chat, close your eyes.
so we got this amazing fight going on in the air. We got this all white guy going against all white. We got a guy dressed in white going against this dragon, and it's a massive standoff towards the end. And then the guy in the all white defeats the dragon, knocks him miles down below the ground. And with that being done, the dragon's powers get taken away, and the island that he was carrying is plummeting to the ground. Now we got this little baby dragon. He's grown now, but in his mind, he's still a baby. He don't know how to work his powers. But when the adrenaline kicked, that man was able to fart out some gas and stop the island from hitting the ground. It's got to be Momo, man. If Momo doesn't save the island, we don't have chapter 1058.
I respect that. I will say this: if Momo doesn't save the island, the citizens of Wano are dead, but Kaido is still defeated. Right? So like, yeah, it's very
The
bad.
island was never over the flower capital, right?
It was Orochi. I mean, Orochi dead too though. But you know, it's bad that the citizens just died. But I mean, in my eyes, who cares? I hate to say it like that. But then again, it's also a much bad. I mean, it's a bigger impact upon landing. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people on Onigashima would have also been hurt. So yeah, that was very clutch. I agree with that. Tachi says respect Captain Kawhi Leonard kid. He might be Kawhi Leonard when he was on the Spurs rookie year, but he ain't Kawhi Leonard right now, big dog.
Boy, after that time skip, no sir.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. For me, Finals MVP. This might be very controversial, but it has to be said. It's Roger going to Laugh Hill. It's as simple as that. If that did not happen, no Joy Boy,
I like
no
that.
Odin coming back, no Odin talking about Joy Boy 20 years, none of that. No Kaido Joy Boy, all that interest and stuff like that, because he's talking about it with Odin, going back and forth. None of that. Well, Kaido will still be reigning, but like he won't have a reason to do so. So we won't see any clashing between the two. No Momo figuring out all of this stuff, how to get outside of Wano and going to Luffy for help. No Luffy coming to Wano. None of that. None of Wano exists without Roger finding Laugh Tale. And it's a bit cliche because it was an Odin flashback. It wasn't even in Wano. But if we're counting that as the Wano arc, that has to be the Finals MVP.
I respect that too.
I like that.
I like that a lot. What about you, Zay?
Bro, it's a tough one. It's between that Momo and Kaido moment early, where he proclaimed his name in front of Kaido and in front of his whole army. Bro, that's such a strong moment. That was such a beautiful moment.
Yeah, because if
It's
Momo
either-
dies, it's all for nothing. I feel. Yeah, go ahead. My
For
bad.
real. Nah, you good, you good. But I'm gonna have to give it to Gear 5, bro. Gear 5 was just monumental. So that's all I gotta say. I don't even have to say anything else.
All right.
It was
I like that.
godly.
I'm going to go with
Everything on this stream.
facts. I'm gonna go with. This is tough, bro. I'm leaning towards Gear 5. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Gear 5 because you know Momo.
Gear 5 is a good one too.
Momo saves the island. Yeah. If Luffy is not Gear 5, Kaido still kills everyone. If Luffy is in Gear 5, we don't get to see him jump rope with Kaido. It's like that's huge.
And bro, his transformation matched his personality so well.
Right. It didn't.
It was
feel
just like
forced.
it was a perfect mix.
And then you know,
So
it's like it's just so much with Gear 5. Like I know, like with everybody shitting on Wano, I don't think no one shits on Gear 5 though. You can't. It's just it's amazing. Let me stop saying everybody shitting on
It's
Wano.
an ass pull, which I'm sure it'll be later addressed as to how it even happened. But that's the only like bad thing I've heard about Gear 5 is that it was an ass pull for Luffy to beat Kaido.
And I like it. You know why? Because Luffy himself has still not acknowledged Gear 5 as the Nika fruit. He still thinks it's the Gomu Gomu no Mi. That makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, you can call it ass pull, but if it's the Nika fruit, when is Luffy gonna learn that? And I think when he learns that, we get
When
a
he
lot
goes
of
against
stuff.
Shanks, that's the only way.
Right.
Shanks is gonna push him similar to how Kaido did in like a last last chance, like final resort type thing, last resort. He's gonna have to use Gear 5, and then it's gonna have to turn into like something with like Shanks being like, "Oh, so you figured it out now," like or like him acknowledging that like Gear 5 exists because he saw like the bounty poster, so he knows that Luffy can get there.
So
It's
y'all
just
think
showing
that
Luffy
Shanks
that he
knew?
knows.
You think Shanks
So-
knew?
I
that
feel
was
like Gear
Nika fruit?
5 is the opposite of an ass pull.
It's the
Bro,
opposite.
Luffy's been, bro, yeah, he's been working the entire time he's been out in the sea on his devil fruit, bro. Like his devil fruit was his main focus up until he started learning hockey with Raven. And he's just a genius, bro, when it
Yeah.
comes to devil fruits and hockey. So
That's for sure.
Imagine
I
if
feel like we're
Luffy
gonna go for
knows
it.
that he has a Zoan type fruit and he just eats a Rumble Ball from Chopper, and that expedites the process of Gear 5 coming. You feel me? That would be an ass pull to me. But
for sure.
him just awakening his fruit, which is something that was dropped like 400 or 500 chapters ago with Doflamingo. You know what I'm saying? To act like there was no type of hint towards, like, if there was zero hints toward Nika and the fact that Luffy's devil fruit is strange, then I would feel it. But the fact that the gears, we as fans didn't look at it as strange, but looking at the gears themselves being something similar to what we see from other zone fruits, it's not an ass pull. But yeah, I'm going with Gear 5 for Finals MVP. The moment he awakened it, me personally.
Beautiful moment.
I don't think we're going to be able to come up to no consensus for this one, though, because everybody had
Bro,
a great argument for what they picked.
it was such a good of a moment, bro. It jumped off the page.
Literally. So, y'all want to just agree to disagree on this one? Because, like I said, everybody had a great argument for why they picked what they picked.
Honestly speaking, like I was with like thinking about it because I recently just thought about the whole laugh tail thing. But at first, I was gonna say Gear 5 Luffy.
Okay, what about you, JJ? You fine with Gear 5 or you sticking to your guns?
I mean, I could run with Gear 5. You know, we got to have solidarity when it comes to the. As long as we ain't picking Roger, I don't want no flashbacks to highlight of the movie. You all love the flashback, but I'm not Roger. Roger wasn't there. No,
All right,
Roger
bet,
wasn't
bet.
there. Roger wasn't there.
Okay, all right.
All right, for sure, man.
Also, we've got 12 people watching right now. That's a high for tonight, and you know what that means. Subscribe to the channel.
Please.
Yes, sir.
Trying to
Do
hit-
it. You won't
Please.
regret it.
1K before
You
the
will
end of
not
the year,
restrict. Yeah, we're
and
trying.
only way to do it is if we got more people subscribing. So subscribe.
Facts.
And the chemistry was building. You want to be there when it was just starting.
Facts.
We just building, yo.
You want to be like, bro, I've been on OPU. Y'all late, bro. You feel? That's what we need.
Exactly.
You know what
You want to be able to say that to people, bro.
I'm
When
saying? Facts.
we have so many discussions, 500, 600 people, imagine the amount of satisfaction you'll feel when you can say to 500 people, hey, I actually subscribed first, so I've been knowing about this shit, bro. Like, they've been
Facts.
talking some crazy things, and, like, I've been there since day one, so
For
now
sure.
you have the opportunity to do so. Might as well subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Let me throw this out there real quick. What we gonna call our OPU people? We gonna call them graduates? What we gonna call them?
Nah, they
We'll
don't need
call
to
them
be
our
a
students.
student. Yeah. Nah, I think we need to call the. We're gonna have to be levels. You feel me? Shimosuke Mills say he gonna give us a chance.
All right, bet. There we go.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Don't disappoint. Wednesdays and Fridays, streams of hot.
They gonna be seniors. Those gonna be the seniors.
Yeah, we got the upperclassmen and the lowerclassmen. Yes, sir.
Hey, upperclassmen, the ones who subscribe. Lowerclassmen are the ones who just view. You want to be upperclassmen? You don't want to be bullied like a freshman? Subscribe.
Yeah, you gotta pay that tuition, man. You feel me? So yeah, we're gonna go with Luffy Finals MVP. All right. Next up, Rookie of the Year, best new character introduced. Mega T say he's been subbed. That's why you the GOAT. You feel me?
He was there since the
Right.
beginning of the stream. That's
That's why
why
you
like
the
we've
GOAT.
been talking to him about Law and
Yo.
King 7030. That's what I'm saying.
We rock with you, man. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
goat.
But be more active in the chat. Stop playing.
Nah, JJ playing. All right, okay. Rookie of the Year, best new character. What do y'all got?
Okay, I go first. I think
Yeah.
that my favorite new character is gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to go with Dendro. I love Dendro, and he's the one that killed Orochi. I feel like he had the craziest like story for what happened after Odin died. Like he literally cried so much he turned into a different person. Like that's kind of crazy to me. And the fact that he was able to go out there, beat the Yakuza, make Zoro sweat before he got Emma, that's kind of crazy. You feel me? I'm going with Dendro, man. What about
Hey,
y'all?
bro. I'm gonna have to go with the ultimate Chad of Wano,
Oh fuck!
Kozuki Odin.
How do I not name
Bro.
Odin? Oh, take Dendro. Get the Dendro out of here. It's Odin, bro. It's...
Bro, Odin was such a good. He had such a good introduction, bro. The way Oda portrayed him was amazing. I just love Odin personally.
Bro, facts.
Like, bro's a Chad. He's strong as hell. He scarred Kaido. Like, what can you not like from Odin? Bro, the dancing shit, it was just, Oda. And he's kind of an idiot. So, not Oda, but Odin.
Yeah, Odin, yeah.
See, I didn't know we were gonna rock Odin into the mix because I picked someone else. But if we are, then I'll pick.
Okay, we're gonna give Odin honorary. We're gonna give Odin the honorary award. He wins it. So let's talk about the runner-ups. How about that?
All right, runner-up.
Because that's not even fair.
All right, but my runner-up was my real thing, so I'll have two. I'll have a runner-up and a runner-up. So, all right. So for my runner-up, I got Yamato. Great character, although snubbed at the end, but I feel like that's a little bit of a snub based on like how much he did in terms of the entire arc. So Yamato definitely deserves a best new character. And then for my personal bias, a Mega T Odin lame, hell no.
Oh, you wild.
You crazy.
Hey, if Odin lame, Wano lame. That's just how it is, man. If Odin's lame, Wano's lame.
That's wild.
Yeah. My personal bias for rookie of the year is easily Kawamatsu.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Kawamatsu easy. It's easy Kawamatsu.
Kawamatsu the Kappa. Okay, I feel I respect
His introduction, whoo, my God.
That was crazy. That was probably that was
insane.
That was wild. You feel me? He ended
it's crazy because Luffy was learning Ryo, and same with Yogoro, and like he was like about to get it, and Luffy's like, "Can we learn this new technique? It's so powerful." Freaking Kawamatsu's using it as a fucking slapper to sumo this shit, like against other fucking beast pirates, just going at it with the Ryo, bro, like it's nothing. Kawamatsu's a goat.
Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all this. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Go ahead, JJ. All right. Damn, I forgot.
You think about that. It's all good. So, I mean, dang, I didn't think about Odin when we went through this because I don't be thinking about y'all want to give all the awards to dead people. Like y'all tripping. But
Damn.
As I live in present day Wano, I had two people in particular. My runner up, I'm gonna start with first, of course, is Yamato, because I mean, if you're gonna say like for real rookie of the year, for you to be going up against a person who I consider top 3, I mean, there's not much to say other than that. But my personal rookie of the year, I'm giving it to Tama. I mean, the second I never didn't. Okay, like when the speed stuff and all that in the beginning was kind of annoying, but when Tama was a focus, I literally enjoyed it. I like her giving up her food to Luffy in the beginning. I like the flashback that, the connection that she had with Ace. And I mean, I'm not going to be six like, yo, let me go to the war and help. Like, that's a quality young lady. I never considered a young person ever joining the crew, but I wouldn't have been upset if Tama did, but I didn't want it, but I wouldn't have been upset.
Yeah, you want to carry it.
For sure.
I like that.
Okay,
I figured out with the question I was going to ask. We know that fishmen eat fish because Kawamatsu was eating fish when he was introduced. That's all it was. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. It's not even a question. So Jinbei is going to be eating Sanji fish, even if he got to eat himself when he get cooked by Sanji.
But I mean, fish eat fish though. Like that's real life.
They got
that is real life. Yeah, that's real life.
No, but
mammals eat mammals.
So, like fishmen, like definitely have like much more of like a different diet than like fishes. So like it kind of makes sense if you ask me.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that was
a cannibal card on call.
Can I please? Can I give my my runner up?
Yeah, who's your runner up?
Go ahead.
I gotta give it to Baldy Boo, bro.
Who?
Y'all don't remember that?
Who?
What Luffy called Hold'em?
Oh my God, bro.
Hold'em needs to pack it up. Probably one of the worst characters.
Bro got one shot at my.
Not even One Piece.
That was so annoying in the anime, but I've never not cared about a Red Hawk.
I just had to say it.
I've never not cared about a Red Hawk that much than that what he did.
Like even with all the Ace like flashback and stuff and Tama being amazed, I was like, wow, that's great. But on Hold'em, bro,
was that even necessary? Like,
it was not. A simple Gatling would have been suffice.
Yeah, but it got brought in there for sure.
Hey, maybe he was actually really strong.
No, he was not. He was not. Don't talk like he was. He had a line as his belt. Don't give
Yeah,
him
all
that,
them weird
please.
smile designs, bro. Mm.
Bro,
That's why.
his power is
That's why I feel like I'm not saying Oda fumble, but like I didn't feel intimidated by no Beast Pirates outside of the Flying Six and the. Them were the real Beast Pirates. Me, everybody else was just out there. You feel
Lame.
me? Yeah, these
I
motherfuckers
mean,
running around
that's
with.
the
water.
same thing with me for the Big Mom pirates. Same with like all like the other pirates, even like Blackbeard pirates. I'm not intimidated by like the goofy ass crew that he brought. I'm only intimidated by Blackbeard. Same
I
with
like
Big
the
Mom.
Big Mom
Only
Pirates though.
intimidated by the sweet generals and her, Big Mom herself. Even that to a certain extent,
When
because Big Mom's a big
she's
meme. But
when she
like,
sent her kids out to go and pick up like the stuff for the cake, and them was just random kids, but they was all menacing as hell. Like they was wiping islands. You feel me by themselves. So I felt like they gave a way better showing than these fellas with random animals coming out of random parts of their body. It's like, am I supposed to be scared of these guys? But even when we first met the sheep dude in Zoe, I was like, ooh, come on, bro. Let's
I
be
mean,
for
to
real.
be fair though, I feel like that's more so with like Oda's portrayal of Big Mom and Kaido. I think that's the reason why. Because if we look at Kaido, he's a numbers guy himself. So like he's just trying to bring in as many pirates as possible. He doesn't have a personal connection with the rookies like or like people he brings in. He's not gonna bring some random fodder pirate and be like, "Hey, you've been doing great out there. Keep it up. Have you destroy islands and shit." But Big Mom, it's all of her children. So like all
Yeah.
the different snapshots of like even like the fodder-ish Big Mom pirates that we saw, it was her children. So she has that connection to a certain extent. So they do have a little bit more of an importance to her and the crew in general. Hence why they seem kind of strong.
For sure, for sure. So I'm assuming that everybody, the most named person besides Odin was Yamato for Rookie of the Year, right?
Yeah, or for me.
Everybody else said
We can do
Yamato.
Yamato.
I know Zane said Yamato for sure. And I said
Yamato was my runner up. That's cool with me.
Okay, cool. Yamato is the Rookie of the Year. All right. Most improved player. I wrote it was self-explanatory, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain it because, like I said, everybody doesn't watch basketball, so it's still self-explanatory. The person who I would say had the biggest jump in power this arc. So
In power.
yeah, or strength in
Ooh.
general. Strength in general.
Okay. I thought it was just overall moments and stuff.
Oh
but
nah. Most improved is straight power.
That's actually different. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go first, and of
Yeah, go ahead.
course, I gotta go with Sanji. I think that Sanji and Zoro would be my runner-up, but I think that Zoro was already able to cut Kaido without advanced conquerors, so that was just icing on the cake for him. Luffy, yeah, but I'm
Yeah,
tired of
no,
Luffy
I
right
was gonna
now.
say that too. Groovy did point it out in the chat. I feel like Luffy kind of like already gets this award, so
Yeah.
I feel like it's sort of like a Bill Russell situation.
Yeah, voters fatigue.
Where like
We
he's
tired
been
of
getting
him.
the award many times. Luffy's like I'd say like banned from getting the award. So
Facts.
anybody else other than Luffy.
Fact. So I'm going with Sanji because I think that Sanji, he went from Doflamingo damn near breaking his leg to being able to one shot somebody that's debatably. I think Queen is stronger than Doflamingo. Plus, Sanji did hold off King and Queen while Zoro was in his cast. You know what I'm saying? That's
That
facts.
is one thing that
Bobby
people
Potamar.
love to forget. But
Right.
Bobby does make a very great point.
Yeah,
A lot
I,
of people
That man
forget
was getting
that
his ass beat.
bro, he was. Come on now.
he was holding him off.
He
for a
did
bit.
that for a good little minute. He did that for a good little minute too. It wasn't just no flash in the pan. He did that for a while. He was holding them off. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get up to my boy Sanji. I think that he was in danger of getting hit with that power creep problem, where Luffy and Zoro both get advanced conquerors, and obviously he's not a conqueror that we know of, so he would have been left in the dust. But all of his upgrades and strength were huge. You feel me? So I'm going with Sanji for most improved player. What about you, Prince?
This is tough because there's so many. I was thinking more moments, and then like in terms of most improved, it's easily Momo, and Momo could honestly still be up there because like he got the whole like Kaido body now, like in his dragon form, and like he's hella strong now with his 20-year what you call it like development. So Momo's pretty much still up there, but I'm not gonna choose Momo. I'll play devil's advocate to Crow's pick. I'll give it to Zoro in terms of most improved because like I feel like I'm pretty sure like we've talked about a lot that bounties aren't like contingent of power, but with Zoro's power, I don't think he's trained since Dressrosa. So we're comparing Dressrosa Pika, or even though it was a pretty easy fight. So I'd say like around like below Dofi range, like in the middle between Pika and Dofi, like Zoro somewhere there. Around there, from there all the way to beating King and like in like a mid diff after learning how to use Enma and like holding off the two Yonko attack, being able to like damage or scar Kaido a little bit or a little bit, well, scar Kaido, but like it was good. So I feel like that jump that he made in Wano was immense. Because if we consider beginning of Wano to be the exact same as Dressrosa, no one made the same jump as he did. So I'll give it to Zoro.
Word. I like that. Well, I mean, I'm gonna just counter that. I'm not trying to argue. I'm just counter that.
Yeah,
Sanji didn't have a big fight in Dressrosa. Like Zoro had Pika. Sanji didn't fight nobody in Dressrosa.
but the thing is, I think Dressrosa, like the reason for like Dressrosa is like it was just a much longer time. Sanji had Whole Cake Island, so he went up against the genie dude,
He didn't
and
fight. He
then
didn't
he
have no
had
real
his
fight
whole.
though. There either.
I mean, it wasn't real, but neither of them had a real fight, honestly, if we're speaking. Because if we're looking at real fights, Sanji had the whole like genie dude and holding off people. Like it wasn't a real fight. And with Zoro, are we really counting versus Pika a real fight?
I
Are
mean,
we
that
being
was a
serious?
fight. Now, he had to locate him with his armor. With his observation. And once he got him out of there, I mean, he made short work of him after he got him. But I felt that was a real fight because it started 1v1 and he took him out and defeated him.
I feel like that's as much as a real fight as Luffy versus Foxy is. So I mean, like,
I haven't seen that. So.
like, Luffy versus Foxy. Luffy was getting hit, but he had to figure out how to beat Foxy and then beat him. And in that case, like that's more of a fight than Luffy. I'm sorry, Zoro versus Pika. So neither Zoro or Sanji had like true like hardcore fight moments that they had in Wano. So it is one or the other. But in my mind, I'm picking Zoro over Sanji.
I respect that. What about you, Zane?
Of course, I'm going Zoro.
Mm-hmm.
Just Sanji is a runner up though, for sure. But the only reason I choose Zoro is he went from not even be able to damage King to three-shotting him in the matter of I don't even know what 5 to 10 minutes. Awoke advanced conquerors hockey. Uh, I feel like Prince already explained everything I was gonna say, so I gotta go with Zoro.
We can. Also, Bobby in the chat said a Zoro and Sanji team up would have been cool, like tag team effort. And then anytime Sanji launches Zoro with the kick or for like a combined attack or something like that, honestly, I have a feeling that because there's like a very similar traits between like Shiryu being a swordsman and invisible, and like there's another character on like the Blackbeard Pirates who's like has like similar features to both Sanji and Zoro. I feel like that's when they're gonna get like a tag team in order to like help out Luffy. Like they'll need to like beat the Blackbeard Pirates. They're gonna have to squash their beef aside and like actually work as a team. And I feel like Wano, like them communicating between like their one on ones between King and Queen. I think that was like the very like like start of it, like the spark that will help them in the future.
And
So,
then
Yeah,
that
like-
moment when Zoro kicked, when Sanji kicked Queen and Zoro cut King at the same time, that was cold as shit. I'm not going. That was hard.
Hey, what did Marco
That's
say
that part-
before?
He letting
that
the
was
the
the
new
start.
stars take the stage.
the
That
young
was
stars
hard.
take the stage, you know?
That shit was so cold, bro.
That's facts. But JJ, what you got for most improved player?
I'm glad y'all saved it for me. Like as y'all was talking, I decided like, maybe not once a stream, but at least once a week, I'm gonna say this one phrase. I'm a simple man with simple logic. And in regards to Wano, 9 times out of 10, if you asking a question, the answer is going to be Momonosuke. I mean, if you want to turn it into most, impactful moments, I already told y'all what I felt about, him being chained up post time skip. But if you want to just talk about power, like when I think about all the children of One Piece, I think all of them, like Kobe at chapter 1 is probably folding Momonosuke. Like, yo, that's just where my head is. But come into Wano, this man's able to take attacks from an admiral and not die from it. If that ain't the glow up, then I don't know what is. The answer is always Momonosuke when it comes to Wano.
Yeah, and now
He
you
is
can just
vegan,
blow away
but
mountain ranges.
that's what I said.
Okay,
like,
I
you can't,
think-
like disregard Momonosuke when it comes to the
Facts.
discussion. Like,
So your runner-up is gonna decide this, JJ. Who you got for your runner-up?
Ooh, the runner-up.
Because Sanji has 1 vote from me and 2 votes as the runner-up from them. Zoro has 2 votes from them and 1 runner-up from me. So your runner-up will decide this. If you pick Zoro, if you pick somebody else, it's just gonna be a tie.
I mean, if we picking in regard to those two, I'm a Zoro guy, but Sanji got the glow up. Sanji got the glow up, and this he's actually on Zoro's level now. It's beautiful.
Okay, let's not go too far.
I was waiting for you to say so. That's why I didn't even say
let's-
that.
Let's not go too far.
Bro, he's on his level, bro.
Bro, what is Sanji doing against Advanced Conqueror?
Bro,
Just answer that
I'm
one
gonna do this just like KOL said. In essence, Advanced Conquerors is nothing but an attack boost, right? It's not, it's literally just a boost in attack power. Ifrit Jambe plus the raid suit, whatever his genes or whatever, is also an attack boost. It might not have been as great of an attack boost as Advanced Conqueror, but if Advanced Conquerors was a 10 out of 10 rated attack boost, I would say that was an 8.5 or a 9 for what Sanji got. So if that's not the same level, but there's levels to Advanced Conquerors though.
there is, and I was just about to say that because I feel like the way Advanced Conquerors hockey works, with the moves that you already have, sure, you can add Advanced Conquerors hockey, but there's a tier of Advanced Conquerors hockey moves, and it always, like, I noticed how it worked. Roger did it, Yamato did it even. It's divine something.
Yeah,
and it was always interesting to me. So
it was
like
Paradise
if
Waterfall.
Luffy starts to get into those like tier of like Advanced Conquerors moves, it's gonna start to become things like divine or like
Goku soaring dragon.
Yes.
Get out,
Something
fuck
like
out.
that.
I think
That's what his
no,
moves
no,
are.
no, that's not. Come on, that lame match. I think the Bajray's gun is something similar to that divine stuff, though. You know, was that an Advanced Conqueror's attack?
I mean, I think so. I mean,
'Cause-
Bajrang gun is
for
based
sure.
off of Hanuman, so
Yeah,
uh,
that
Bro,
could've
there's
been-
literally
Megatea
black
does say
lightning
not
around
everyone
his
is
fist.
splitting the sky.
Yeah, I think that's like one of those divine. Roger's divine punishment, and Odin's is Paradise Waterfall. All of these are like, God level stuff.
Divine departure.
Yeah, divine departure. Yeah, divine departure.
Yeah.
Divine punishment
And
comes from something else.
Megatea brings up a very good point. Not everybody's split in the sky, and this is what I'm going to say to that. It's very important. So if, let's say, for example, like we have people like Boa or Kid, let's say they get to where Zoro is in Advanced Conquerors Hockey. In my opinion, if they clash with Advanced Conquerors Hockey moves that they know now, or like it's moves of theirs that have Advanced Conquerors Hockey, they're not splitting the sky. People who can split the sky are ones who can use divine type moves. Whitebeard, Roger, Kaido, Big Mom. We have Luffy as well in that tier. So Shanks as well. So I feel like people who can use the like divine moves are the ones who can split the sky.
Yeah, because when Odin and not Odin, oh my God, I'm falling for it. When Yamato and Kaido did their Raime Haki, what's the name of that move?
It's Raime
Thunder
Haki.
Bagro. I'm trying to think the English version.
Thunder Bagro.
When they did
English
their Thunder Bagros against each other, both of those were using Advanced Conquerors Haki because Kaido was bleeding up from his forehead after that, and it was shown with the black lightning coming from Yamato's, but there was no sky split. You know what I'm saying? So every clash of Advanced Conquerors Haki we see does not split the sky, but the ones we've seen split the sky are from those upper tier level pirates, I believe. Like the real contenders for Pirate King, maybe.
Yeah. And that's the people who use the divine moves. That's what.
Yeah,
that's what
so
I'm
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, I like that.
All right.
So
We need chat to decide to debate. That is very true. So
got
what
one
do you guys
person
think?
for
So we have
Sanji.
Megatea saying Sanji, and then
I think
let's
up
see.
ahead, Groovy said he go with
You
Zoro.
want Zoro?
Yeah,
We're probably going with Zoro.
I'm pretty sure
All
Bobby
right.
is implying Sanji, but I'm not sure he's still in the chat. He did say Sanji held King and Queen. And he said the fight should have been traded off. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm thinking we gotta go Sanji, fellas.
I'm thinking we gotta go Zoro. Only reason why is because we already gave Sanji like runner up for scoring champ, which is very similar to most improved player.
It's split. It could be a tie. I mean, two-way tie is okay. Three-way tie may be too
that and
much,
that
but a
really
two.
does work for the Wings of the Pirate King. Both of them sharing an award because I feel like they both had very similar levels of growth this arc.
They hate that so much.
Bobby gives us
We
an
all know
answer
what the
that's
clear
not.
answer is.
Bobby's giving us the correct political answer. That's
I'm not
tricky on that one.
Look, bruh. I'm just saying, Zoro had Enma.
All right, so we gonna split the award for the wings.
The co-most improved players are Sanji and Zoro.
All
Y'all
right.
snuffing my boy.
I mean, hey, I put Zoro in there,
I'm
and
just
I
kidding,
thought
bro. I'm just kidding.
As I'm gonna be for real now. I got a full argument for Sanji, but I'm gonna keep that in the drafts.
But this next one, I like people are gonna like look at me and be like, "This is the most out of pocket thing you'll say this entire stream." But I feel like, oh, Bobby said it's Sanji. Oh shit.
I like that, Bobby. We still go. It's Sanji in spirit, but we're gonna tie it up to keep these fellas happy. Okay.
Hey, I gave Sanji scoring champ, bro. That's the best way to split these wings, bro. You give one award to Zoro, you give one award to Sanji.
Hey, I would like that too, But
right, coach of the year.
Yeah, coach of the year.
I'll make it very interesting for y'all. So I'll go last. You guys.
Hold on. I gotta respond to Groovy right quick.
Oh.
He says Zoro went from fighting Pika to fighting Supernovas to fighting to the rooftop then King. Sanji went from fighting Virgo to fighting Drake and Page One to fighting Queen. That is a very similar. I don't. That's not. That's not taking nothing from Sanji right there. Honestly,
that's not similar though.
How's it not similar? What does Zoro do on the rooftop? We being for real. Like, what did he do?
Kaido.
He
scarred Kaido.
He saved the raid.
He scarred Kaido with abilities he already had though. He was already strong enough to scar Kaido. He had Ashura in his lobby. That wasn't a new ability. The only thing new was Enma.
Are you saying
He surpassed
Ashura
his
is
limits
advanced
and
Conqueror's Haki in Enya's lobby? So
you don't think
you're saying
so?
Zoro had advanced Conqueror's Haki before Luffy even figured out Conqueror's Haki?
I don't think Ashura was advanced Conqueror's Haki though. I think it was just.
But it is advanced Conqueror's Haki now. So
now when he figured it out, but when he did that attack, I was agreeing with you, but Zane kind of changed my mind. I hate to admit it. There was no Black Lightning. I think he just scarred Kaido with just Enma obviously carried. Now, don't get me wrong, but I think I don't think he used advanced conquerors in that fight. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Mega T saying Supernova sec for the most part, yes, and I feel like the only Supernovas that don't suck are the ones we haven't seen. Funny enough,
I typed in Ashura. They give me Ashura Dojo. Look.
I want to see.
Other
your
than
Rose.
Lord Kid, the only Supernovas that don't suck, in my opinion, are Bonnie and Arouge, and we haven't seen them yet, like a lot. So
I wonder what Otis' plan is with Yuri.
I need to know what it is with Bonnie too. Y'all think Bonnie had anything to? Bro, this is not this art stream, but y'all think she had anything to do with Sabo getting away as well?
100%,
Probably.
And I made a whole ass theory about it, and I think that theory is honestly coming true because if that like, okay, I'll dumb it down real quick so that y'all don't have to watch the whole ass video. Actually, you know what? I will. I'm gonna plug that shit. Watch the video on my channel. But the video is basically about how Bonnie. The theory is she turned everyone, including Vivi, into kids in order to escape using the age manipulation so that they can get out of there, just like how she was able to get in. So. And plus, Bonnie's not going to sit still when they saw Kuma. So, there's no way that Bonnie doesn't get involved. Somehow. And if the Revolutionary Commanders in this chapter saying that Sabo was on his own, facing the Admirals 2v1, it only makes more sense for it to be an even 2v2, Bonnie and Sabo versus Fuji and, Fraud Bull. So, yeah.
Come on, man.
I'm still different. Has it been a month?
Not yet. I don't think so.
Yeah, it has been a month. Yep, I'm still dissing his name.
So I could definitely see Bonnie be involved with that. What I'm wondering, did Rebecca ever meet Sabo in Dressrosa?
I don't think so.
Yes.
They did?
Yes, he did. Or yes, she did, yeah. When Sabo broke the barrier and then came into the whole toy factory, Usopp liberated all the people, and then them climbing up the hill.
You said Dressrosa. I thought you said the Reverie.
Dressrosa.
I thought you said the Reverie.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no. During
thinking,
Dressrosa, Rebecca did meet Saba.
with all the hysteria that was going on at the reverie, I could literally imagine, Dressrosa people helping them at least get off of Marijuana, and then they making their way somewhere else. That's why I thought of that.
I mean, we have Big Boy, freaking, I forgot his
Morley.
name, bro. No, the little people, bro. But,
The
Oh,
Tontada, the Tontadas.
Leo,
yeah.
Leo the goat.
what'd he do?
Somebody in the chat hating bad, man. That's crazy.
Zane had to put it on his burner. Zane, Sanji got loaded.
Bro, this
Nah,
Zoro,
that's funny.
did Zoro and Luffy get loaded by Apu, bro? If we gonna go there, you feel me? Brad to spin the block for a rematch.
Bro, we saw what happened.
Bro, he had to, and he was distracted. That's the only reason Zoro beat him. He was distracted. He was trying to get some help.
He was looking right at his
Bro, he was
ass,
trying to
bro.
get some help. He like, you gonna help me with this? He gonna cut him down. That's lame, bro.
The funny thing was, Kid was also there. So if we want to talk like how was Zane's talking right now, Apu, Low Diff, Kid, Zoro, and Luffy at the same time.
And then, it's really crazy. Like, Kid was about to snatch the sword out of Zoro's hand if he wouldn't have stopped doing what he was doing. But let's just keep going. You feel me? Check. He said, check out.
God damn.
All right, man. Coach of the year.
All right, y'all say I'll keep mine for last because it's very controversial. But Coach of the year, go ahead, y'all.
Best play scheme? Oh, that's easily going along, kid. They worked together, formed a plan, and took down Big Mom.
I like that. I'm spelling
So-
Kinemon so wrong.
They beat all the odds and took down a Yonko who's probably like 10 times stronger than them individually. Actually, more probably like 25 times stronger.
Damn, that's some power scaling, boy.
Bro,
Who's your runner-up?
Big Mom at her max versus one of them alone.
It's low diff.
diff,
It's
bro.
negative almost. Who's your runner-up?
Zoro on the rooftop coaching Luffy.
Oh my fucking God. All right, man. JJ, what you got?
Coach of the year, I kept it easy. I felt like Yasue, during his execution, I felt like the play he made definitely set the table for everybody to move forward. I would give that to him easily. And then, what's his name? Here, Yogo? Here.
Hyogoro. Yeah, Hyogoro.
Yeah, man, I'll be struggling, man. I ain't going to front. But yeah, he got the second place, because he took Luffy to that next level that got him there. I don't really know how you could look past those two men when you're thinking about coaches. Like, I mean, Yasue even, gave Zoro a little bit of game. I mean, I think I'm giving it to Yasue though, because he actually had to lay himself down for it.
Almost like him.
Hey,
I like
JJ,
Yasuo.
don't worry, man. I thought you were pronouncing Gorosei before this stream,
Gorosei.
bro.
He had a chance yet. He had a chance yet,
Yeah.
man. All right.
All right.
I'm going to go with Kinemon of 1,000 Schemes. Y'all sleeping on my boy. He put all this together if you really think about it. None of this matters if he does not meet Luffy and company in Dressrosa or even Punk Hazard, with his butt farts. He's talking with the farts. But the specific moment was when he was on the when he got the credit. He didn't do it on purpose, but when he got the credit for bamboozling everybody basically. And I just clicked out the website. But and putting that scheme together, and he just had that look on his face like, yeah, I did. That was not only
It was totally me. What are you talking about?
Y'all think if the anime cuts out the farting moment, would y'all consider it not canon anymore?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
And
That
made
shit
it
was
something
bad.
else?
That shit was so bad. I hope they do. But man,
I hope
Kinemon,
they
bro, I
do.
think Kinemon is the MVP for the coach of the year. It's like him getting credit for that moment is like when a coach puts somebody in the game and they just throwing them in there because the star player tired, and then that nigga go in there and go crazy. I ain't trying to say he go in there and go crazy. You feel me? That's why I feel like what
it's
happened
like
with
Usopp taking credit of Conqueror's hockey when Big Mom did it. That's
that.
exactly what it is.
It's like
If we're being real, the entire start of this project was Law, bro.
that too, but who was there as well? Kinemon was there too. If Law can put that plan together, but if Luffy doesn't have a true motivation to beat Kaido, I don't think he beats him. Him becoming
For
friends
sure.
with King and everyone else is what kind of cares for me. But second place, I'm going with Law.
Yeah,
What about you?
that's good. All right. We got me last. Okay, the most like basic answer I had was Hyogoro, obviously teaching Luffy Rio and all that stuff, motivating the samurai, leading the samurai, which Zoro said he was gonna do, but he didn't. Um, like doing all that, like it was a good thing. That's definitely a Koshiro worthy. But when I saw best plan scheme, that changed my mind to things, and now I'm thinking it's a very out of pocket one, but I'm gonna give it to Hiyori, and this like
Mm.
the reason why is
Well, I want to hear
because
this one.
Hiyori's scheme to give Zoro Enma and keep Shisui. Shisui's curse and like even though like it's a very supernatural thing, Shisui has been away from Wano ever since Kaido and Gecko Moria started fighting, and that's when Kaido got into Wano. Now that Shisui has returned, wow, the raid was successful, and then Zoro got Enma, which leads to Kaido getting pseudo scared of Enma, flashbacks of PTSD of Odin. Same with Big Mom warning him. There's the Enma like potential with Zoro, him practicing and stuff like that, beating King, like being much more powerful. Like it's a scheme in itself. Like it's just hard to think. Was he able to? Was he gonna do that with Shisui? Like
No.
I don't think so. So like that in itself, like in terms of a scheme, in terms of a plan, gotta give props to Hiyori, bruh. She figured it out.
If Zoro
That's
does
a
not
good one.
have that
That's a
sword in
good
his
one.
hand, he is killer on the rooftop.
Well, then there
Foolish.
you go. You give credit to Hiyori for that one then.
Yori
If
and
She
Sanji
Emma,
knocked,
didn't
she
have
knocked down
German
two.
jeans,
you can take. Listen, you can take the sword out of Zoro's hands, but you can't take the jeans out of Sanji. He just built like that. You can't do that.
hey, if Sanji didn't have German jeans, Queen would have low dissed his ass. That's all I'm saying.
It's debatable, but Zoro would be dead
So
right
you're
now
saying,
too.
so you're saying Niji had the best plan? Like that's crazy. But nah, like he already like knocked down two birds with one stone. Restored
Yeah,
Shisui and
Hiyori was a good one.
Ryuma's grave. It gave that boy Zoro his Enma and his new sword, which honestly low key might be better than Shusui. I don't know.
Nah, it's
But
definitely better.
he's
Look at
keeping
that.
it for
It's
now.
carrying him.
It looks like he's keeping it.
It's
And
carrying
then
him.
Jeez.
and then there's also let's see what else he already did. Oh yeah, all the whole Orochi bullshit.
Yeah.
That's a scheme in itself. And then taking care of the scabbards too. We'll obviously give that to Hiyori because Toki wasn't there. Everyone thought it was Toki coming like forward in time, but it's not. So also her healing up the what you call it the scabbards, just so they can at least do something, even though they didn't do much after fighting Kaido.
I thought it was Inaru, man.
She still did it. So you gotta give Hiyori the props. I'll give it to her.
So that wasn't Inaru that was healing the scabbards.
Hell no. You really think so?
No, I'm just
You really
talking.
think Enel coming all the way from the moon just to come to Wano and be like, I need to help these people?
Yeah,
And he
man.
could have read the prophecy.
It's
Could have
like,
read the prophecy.
yeah, he probably would have there read the Joy Boy stuff, you know. Nah, let me stop.
Definitely Marco healing nobody, that's for sure.
Maybe they gave
In
him
a
all
twisted
the.
way, you could also give Kaido a coach of the year too, because he was the one who was kind of lucky teaching. Because Boppy said it, Kaido was the best training punching bag, which is low key true.
I remember I tried to say that in the chat, and I got
No,
destroyed.
you was
for it.
disrespectful with it.
Like,
No, you was disrespectful with it.
you was disrespectful with it because you were like, yeah, what you call it? Kaido's the best teacher in Wano. Period.
That's his sensei.
Like, when
Yeah, that's
you
Luffy's
doing
sensei.
Kyogre. Yeah, Luffy's best sensei. When
I'm
there
like,
was
bruh,
Cleveland
stop.
Rayleigh and Kyogre and all of them. I'm like,
Bro,
nah,
he
come on.
was his sensei. Bro.
Bruh,
He was
stop
He
it,
wasn't.
bruh. That's
The only time
disrespectful,
where
bro.
I like, the only time where I felt that like there was like that training moment with Luffy and Kaido's when they were doing the punches. Luffy's happy, Kaido's happy, and then when they have that brief moment of like relaxing, and then Kaido's drinking and shit, and then offers Luffy like a keg or two, and he's like, "Hey, you want some, bro?" That's when I felt like it was a little bit of like, all right, this is like big bro, little bro type fights. But after that, like it was back to serious mode. That's the only time I could.
He taught Luffy everything he needed to know.
Bro, he
Besides
was
Rio.
trying to kill
Besides
that man.
Rio.
He was trying to kill that man. If Luffy shows up without Rio, there's no teaching. Because Kaido is just going to one-shot him and kill him, bro.
So if we're saying Kaido's a sensei, does that make Katakuri a sensei?
Oh, Katakuri
Yes,
definitely
sir.
got to be one if that's the logic, you know, because...
Exactly.
Bro, he definitely is, bro.
Man,
He
So-
taught
could-
Luffy Future Sight. He literally
Yeah.
Luffy learned
Okay,
Future
so
Sight from
if we
Katakuri.
gonna say that, right? Then is Doflamingo a sensei? Because he's the one who taught Luffy about awakenings. Like,
No.
so
But
because that's
Luffy
what
didn't
Rayleigh
achieve
said.
awakening from it. But he didn't
No, but
achieve awakening
But
from
he
that
figured it
shit.
out, right? He figured out like what what awakenings were, like more
Yeah.
so like he learned about it. So that's what Rayleigh was trying to say. When you fight stronger opponents, your hockey's gonna get developed, but that doesn't mean every stronger opponent is gonna be your fucking sensei. Like,
Did
Like,
Luffy
Nah, he
acknowledge
said
that?
sensei, bro. Listen. He said sensei, bro. He literally taught him advanced conquerors hockey. Even if
How
it
did
was
he teach him?
indirectly.
How did he teach
He
him?
did.
Even
teach him.
if it was
How did he teach him?
Luffy figured it out himself, but Kaido was just
Bro.
using it on him.
Kaido
as-
is using it in ways to show it more
No,
easily
no.
to Luffy, bro. Yes, he is, bro.
No,
I'm
I
telling you.
admit. No, I can admit that Kaido was low-key trying to like pull out some new moves after Luffy got advanced Kankusaki. Luffy got there himself after looking at Kaido's habits. Kaido wasn't trying to teach Luffy. He was just trying to just put a punk in his place. Like,
Oh, I
this
know
young
that.
little
I-
kid, like he.
I
has
know
to, like,
that.
Yeah, that's not
He's
Kaido
still
teaching
an-
Luffy. But
He's
afterwards,
an indirect sense. bro.
it's mixed
Oh my
feelings.
God.
Like,
Look.
I still put Hyogura over it, but Kaido ain't no damn sensei.
I
Come
think Hyogura had the most votes for Coach of the Year.
Yeah. No, Hyogura's the actual coach of the year, but for me, in terms of a scheme, I'm giving it to Hiyori.
Is y'all fine with Hyogura? I didn't pick him, but I'm definitely fine with it.
All I know is once Zane was really talking about Kaido being his sensei, I had to mute myself just because I was laughing too much. Like, that's funny,
Bro, I'm just spitting facts.
Alright, he was using it as disrespect to Luffy because he was comparing him to Zoro some reason. So I don't know. I can't even remember the full conversation, but it was crazy now that I think about it. But
Even Bobby gets it, bro. Katakuri is more of a protagonist than an enemy, so it makes sense that Kat gave him the time to spar and see him grow. Kaido wants to kill Luffy. He wants to put down the raid. So if he's not
He
a
had
protagonist,
like 10 chances. He had like 10 chances to kill Luffy,
I mean,
and he didn't do it
He
because he
did.
liked fighting
Luffy
Luffy.
dead. Luffy was.
Bro, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the 10 chances before that he had to kill
he was just
But he
messing him up.
It wasn't even
He had fun
dead. He
fighting.
genuinely thought that Luffy was dead and out. Luffy was falling from Onigashima. He barely made it because of Caribou. And don't start doing that Caribou MVP nonsense now. But like Kaido thought every
He
single
was-
time I knocked him out, he was on the floor, eyes white. That was like first time. Sorry, not first time. First time when Luffy gassed out. That's not Kaido killing him, but he did it to him then. Luffy falling off the Onigashima. Then the third time, and then the fourth time, was with Luffy's white eyes right before him awakening. I forgot the third time though. It was somewhere in between, but Kaido
Also,
had 4 times.
if you think about it, he didn't kill him because he was trying to get Luffy to join him.
Exactly.
Wanted to break his will.
Yep.
Say-
Exactly.
say-
You're trying to make him stronger so he can join his
Oh my
crew.
god! All right, bro. Let's go to disappointment of the year.
That's the beauty of it. That's the point of it. Luffy's will is so strong. His willpower, his hockey, his will is so strong that in order to break it, he has to die.
He would have been the new
He would have
captain
died
of the Beast
before-
Pirates if he would have joined.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to disappointment of the arc. Shout out to Bobby in the chat, man. That's funny.
Bobby's being engaged. Shit. Shout out to Bobby in the chat. Kaido had suffering from the success. Yeah, that is true. That is very true.
Disappointment of the arc. Are we doing character or moment that didn't happen, or a moment that just disappointed you in general?
If we're doing moment, then I know exactly what it is. If
Yeah,
we're
I'm
doing
doing
character,
moment.
I know exactly what it is.
I'm gonna do moment. Moment fine.
We can do both.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do moment. I don't have a disappointing character per se. I guess.
Fuck it, I'll do both. But
Yeah, y'all can do both. Yeah, I ain't tripping. I'm just gonna go first. It's not gonna be quicker than. The most disappointing moment in this arc to me was Kaido killing Kinemon, and then him not being attached because of Law's incompetency as a doctor. And my backup moment, my runner-up moment is Zoro's Zoro not going to see Shisui, and Just his whole thing was Ryuma was a one-eyed samurai. That's all we got as far as Zoro's lineage. This arc. Yamato development comes from Groovy Zeno said Yamato development. I mean, yeah, Yamato still got time to develop though. I mean, I'm not expecting her. I'm not expecting her to them to have developed this arc, and we know that there's more to them. Then there could be a lot more in store for her. But yeah, we got 3 doctors in Wano, and motherfuckers still smiling. I think the only person that should have been capable of fixing them was Law. I don't think Chopper could have did that because the devil fruit alters your DNA, and there's no medicine that changes DNA. That should have been Law. So
Personally speaking, I think Vegapunk is the one who knows how to fix it because he's the only person who made an artificial smile or a devil fruit, right? That's not smile and related, and it works completely, and that's Momo.
I didn't expect. Yeah, that's
I feel like
kind of
Vegapunk knows, and since Vegapunk's the ultimate doctor, that's been foreshadowed since the very beginning as like one of the goats, like in the One Piece world. I think until Chopper, Law, or any one of them somehow meets Vegapunk, they're not gonna figure that shit out.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't think it's fair to give that Chopper like he should have did that because, like I said, that's literal DNA altering. Like, how can you remove what medicine removes DNA? You feel me? But yeah, I'm gonna just hop off that. And what about you, Prince? Prince, what you got?
All right, so in terms of disappointment in the arc, character easy. I feel like no one should even argue with this. It's Usopp, 100%. Like, come on, that's the easiest disappointment of the arc for sure. Did nothing, cried. The only little thing he had was we gotta survive, which I do agree with. You should survive in life and not always like fantasize death a little bit. Completely opposite of what Kaido was doing, but yeah, needed a lot more from Usopp. Complete disappointment, seriously. Like it was bad. But in terms of moment disappointment was like Groovy put, wasn't Yamato's development, but more so Yamato joining the crew. I really thought Yamato was gonna join, and so did a lot of people. But to have that sort of pseudo like VV slash Jinbei treatment, like honestly speaking, like I don't think like Yamato's gonna be like a straw hat until the final war. So she's gonna come in, or he's my bad. He's gonna come in and like say, "Oh, I discovered all of Wano and its like secrets and stuff like that." And like at that point, like becoming a straw hat in the final war doesn't really mean much. I mean, it's just like the final war. After that, nothing's gonna happen. It's like One Piece is like pretty much done. So there's no meaning of her, or sorry, him becoming a straw hat. And yeah, I think that specifically. Otherwise, Yamato's character development was very good. It's just that part at the very end not being a straw hat. That's the thing that kind of disappointed me. So yeah.
I think me and Zane, not me and Zane, me and JJ JJ and Sabo was the only ones that were predicting that Yamato didn't join. So I'm relishing that W as long as I can. You feel me?
But I told you who was going to join. It's going to happen too, but I ain't mentioning their name.
Yeah, let's hope not.
All right, I'll give my disappointment
Good.
for the character, and I feel like this one should just be automatic. Usopp was up there for sure, but bro, I feel like Green Bull was complete letdown, bro.
I don't even consider Green Bull that because he's that much of a letdown. He shouldn't even be in the awards. Like that's how bad he was.
I feel bad because he was just used as film red propaganda, pretty much. So, bro was low diff by Shanks just for film red.
Yeah.
Shanks literally rolled up to Wano Seas just to scare that man, and then he left.
Like, there is zero explanation why Shanks was in Wano. Like, no explanation. Bro. It's really crazy.
But yeah, Green Bull is definitely the worst, or not worst character, but he had the most disappointing feats and portrayal. Now, for my most disappointing moment, it was definitely the Kinemon farting moment and that whole thing, bro. Like that was, I don't know what Oda thought he was cooking right there, bro. But it was some.
He wasn't cooking, bro.
He was not cooking. That was raw meat.
He was cooking in the toilet. That's what he was doing.
Nah, bro, but I do want to address what you call it, Zane's Green Bull thing. Like his character is also one of the things that I was really disappointed in because in the Reverie, he was shown to be a lot more relaxed, a lot more like chilled out. You know, even agreeing with Fujitora about like bringing down the system. but all of a sudden he did a complete 180. Like prejudice breeds stability, bro. Like homie could really be Zoro's dad if we gotta look closely into it.
I'm gonna throw out a quick theory here. I think that the type of people or plants that Green Bull sucks the nutrients from affects his personality, because that is the biggest personality shift ever. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a possibility. Like maybe next time we see him, he's acting like a whole different person. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a cool little, like,
no, that'd be
quirk.
actually very interesting. So
Yeah.
like if he like somehow defeats like a character, like a good character, sucks nutrients out of him, like then like all of a sudden like he becomes much better. I mean, to be fair,
kinda like
before
Boo.
all those lines, he sucked out Queen and King.
Exactly.
Pause.
That's
But-
why. Yeah. Okay. Like he showed up and he went straight to the villains and took care of them. And then after
Yeah.
that, he started saying evil stuff. That's why I was like, there's a possibility like that could be because of who he sucks up. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you just gave me a theory. Thank you very much. I'll credit you. Don't worry, but watch out for a future
Yeah,
video,
that's
boys.
That's a pretty good ass theory. Bro.
I'll look
I've
more
never
into
heard
it.
that one.
But
What about you, JJ?
I mean, if we was going from disappointing character, I was kind of thinking of a tie between Usopp, as Prince said, with everything he illustrated perfectly. But I was actually looking at my guy Brook too. I mean, I'm not the type that look at Straw Hats and feel like everybody needs one-on-ones. But I feel like the bottom tier just need to do a little bit more to show their worth. And I felt like if you would have just gave Brook some time of just like handling like 2,000 fodder, like that could have been something that showed. Only thing he really did I recall was helping Robin after Black Maria. I just needed a little bit more from him. I always check for him. But if we're talking about moments, I got a top three. First thing first, I don't like my boy Frankie being relegated down with the fodder handlers with that 300 million increase. I felt like that was very disrespectful. That's my third thing I complain about. If I have another moment, top two, I'm going to say the focus on the Scabbards finishing the arc. If you wanted to focus on Hiyori and Momonosuke, cool. But I just felt like it was a little bit too much Scabbard focus finishing Wano. And of course, number one is what Crow hit on. We needed a little bit more from Zoro. With what we got from Sanji and Whole Cake, I was expecting something similar from that with Zoro, but all we just learned was a little bit more of that Shimasuki village stuff, and I needed more than that. So definitely Zoro was the most. When I suggested disappointment, I just needed to make sure I vented about my guy.
Yeah, the father handlers is hilarious, by the way.
no, it honestly is. It honestly is.
I mean,
But
like
I
when you
feel
think of, when I think of Stampede, right?
Yeah.
Luffy and Zoro, they running to go get the treasure. Your boys, they got Frankie and Nami, like they just sitting on a ship, just like shooting at people. Like, hey, just handle the lightweights while the big boys do big things.
Yeah, Sanji was back there fighting Crocodile. Hey, you think that's all right? This is just overthought. This. Do y'all think that Crocodile and Sanji clashing in Film Red was like a thing where you can look at like, hey, going forward, you know?
Yeah, I didn't
look
even
out for
watch
Croc.
Film Red. Is it
Not
out?
Film Red. I'm sorry, I meant Stampede. I haven't seen Film Red either.
Stampede.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's just like non-canon shit. I feel like Oda was just trying to like, or just like the movie director was just trying to like bring in some moments like with Zoro. Who is Zoro? Like
Rob
fight
Lucci,
back?
right?
Fujitora and Lucci. No, yeah, at that point it was Lucci and Stampede was Sanji with Crocodile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like it's just more so to just like bring that comparison of like the different like villains versus like Sanji and Zoro. Because honestly, if we like mix them and put like Crocodile in Zoro's place, and then have what's it called, Lucci and Fujitora in Sanji's place, even though like Fuji's a swordsman, it would have been the same impact for me if I'm being real.
Mm.
Because like with the whole like non like canon stuff, I feel like it's just more so creating cool like hype moments, and if you interchange between the two, like it would have been just as fine for me. In fact, it would have been cool like if like Zoro, who was like working with not Baroque Works, but like was he working on Baroque Works? I think he was.
He said, "I got to be the boss."
Yeah, that's why he quit. So now like if in the Stampede, he's facing the boss of Baroque Works, or formerly Baroque Works. And like that's a
That's all you
cool
gotta
little
be the
like
boss.
storylines, like standoff type thing.
That nigga told you that man told me you got to be the boss. Come on. He always said little shit like that, but never coming through.
That's because his boss is the boss of all bosses, bro. That's
Wait, kid,
why.
the funniest thing about Zoro, the funniest Zoro slander to me is Zoro literally saying, "There is nothing I can't cut before you taking out Pika," and then run into that bird cage, and he's like, "Bro, what is this?" That was hilarious to me.
No, you know what I never understood is that like there's the little people in what you call it in Dressrosa being the fairies and stuff, and, like helping out Dressrosa. I don't understand how tiny were those strings. Like I'm pretty sure there was some space, some gap that
There
the little
definitely
people could just
was.
walk through, you know?
Yeah, it's kind
I
And
of
think
if
they
they
were
crazy.
walk
so
through,
sharp. Oh my bad. Keep going.
no, 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 go ahead, go ahead. I'm pretty much done.
Nah, you cut out on mine, so I thought you stopped talking. So
Oh no,
you're
no,
good.
no. You good? Go ahead.
I already forgot what I was gonna
That's why he wants you to go ahead. He don't know what he got to
say.
say.
All right. In instances like these, the best thing to say is subscribe to the channel. I see 7 y'all watching right now. I see a bunch of people in chat. If you're not already subbed, make sure to subscribe.
Facts, man.
Get
Because
to it. Get to it.
time to wrap it up anyway, man. That was a good screen, though, man.
Real fun.
Facts. Quick and to the point. I feel like if if we would have had everybody here, this would have definitely been a 3 hour long stream.
This would have been
Yeah.
long as shit.
Yeah. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and wrap things up. How y'all feeling about this? Anything else y'all need to throw in before we wrap it up, or y'all cool?
I felt like
Me
everything
Hoff
was pretty
over
well.
Shank.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Chat, he has these moments where he just says random outbursts of things that don't make sense. We get super chat once we make it to 1,000 subscribers and a certain amount of watch hours. That I'm sure won't be a problem. Once we get that, we will happily accept you guys' donations.
Yeah,
So-
we'll happily accept your money. You can talk as much as you want. We'll talk about literally anything you want to if you keep giving us money. It's okay. It's perfectly fine.
So,
But like Crow said, it, like I know the YouTube side more because I got it on my own channel too. But pretty much how it works is watch hours with streams. The more people who are tuning in to streams and watching all the streams all together, then we get that watch hour limit done. And then after that is just 1,000 subs. So that's why we saying make sure to subscribe. Also, Phantom in the chat, what's up, bro? But yeah, just that's why we just push people to subscribe. And like it's based on y'all because we see that y'all want to like super chat and stuff like that because this is not the first time we've had this question, so it's we definitely like do support it that we want y'all to give us your money, but it's not even just that. We just joking with that, but like for real, like we just want to like get to that point because then we can reach out to more people, have more lively discussions and stuff like that. So we just trying to push out to more people as much as we can. That's pretty much it.
that's facts. So send this to your friends. If they like One Piece, tell them to come and enroll in the university. You know what I'm saying? We need that. 1K.
Yeah, and plus
Yes,
our
sir.
heavy hitters, usually we get a lot more like viewer. You about to get some bots from Bobby? Sure, why not? But
I won't say
usually-
no.
Usually we get some decent amount of viewers from our boy Preach, because he's popping off, and then also Sabo with like his engagement, like with this conversation. When we get like them full pack, like full power streams, and like usually we get like around like 13, 14 people watching, so it's good. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just pushing people to subscribe, so that we can get there and then we can, be real with y'all. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna let everybody go through one more time. I didn't even introduce myself at the beginning, so we're gonna get to that. But I was so excited to do this because this was such a crazy concept to me. Megan T said he gonna be the first to donate. Look, it ain't about the first, about who do it best. Now just talk. We looking forward to that donation.
Yeah, hey, we ain't looking for first, bro. That's when we talking about what you call it, the monetary value, bro. Because like you subscribe now, that's good. So you can like when the 500, 600 people streams come in, you'll be like, all right, I was the first one to subscribe and shit like that. But when it's time for donations, you gotta be like, all right, let's put $100 down. No, I'm kidding. But like then you can hype up in the chat and be like, all right, I was the one who like brought this whole discussion in with $100 and shit like that. That's why their stream popped off. You can
Facts.
do that.
And also, if you guys have anything you want to hear us talk about, comment it under the video, and we'll add it to the list for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Because this is
Because
another
honestly,
chapter.
like if y'all like put it in chat and just talk about like certain topics that we want to address, because we be talking about topics all the time and just like whatever we want to do. But like this is also the viewers who are watching the stream post like live stream. if y'all have any like ideas or thoughts or anything in general, put it down in the comments. So, and we'll definitely take a look and make sure and just even one day just have a stream out of nowhere just pop up with that. So you never know. Just
We're gonna
let us
show
know.
you love too if you give us an idea. So yeah, let's wrap it up, fellas. Zane, talk to the folks. It's my
Like the stream.
Like the stream,
I'm here,
subscribe to the
I'm here.
stream.
I'm here. Hey, you can follow me on Twitter at DaimyoSun. Come check us out this Friday. We're gonna have another banger for y'all, and like and subscribe, man. Can't wait to enjoy more of this journey with y'all.
Facts. JJ.
All right, of course, John Sherrod on all social media. Before I go, I'll make sure I want to give a shout out to Preach. I hope you're feeling better, brother. We'll hear from you soon.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out
And
to
Sabo.
Sabo. Anytime, shout out to Sabo. Got to show love to the brothers. My internet family, OPU, we do what we do.
Facts, Prince.
What's up, everybody? This Principal Anime. Like JJ said, shout out to Preach and Sabo. They couldn't make it, but we have them with us in our hearts. Even though this stream would have been almost 4 hours if they were here, but it's cool. We got it done. But yeah, subscribe to the stream, like the stream. Let us know what you guys like, and soon enough we'll let y'all give us your money. We're hoping so, but we'll get there. Don't worry.
For sure, man. And I'm not gonna say I'm the host, bro, because we all just do it at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, man. They call me Crow. You can find me on Twitter and I think Instagram. I don't know what my name is on Instagram. I don't use that, so don't follow me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter at MyGenCrow. I'm the person in the chat that's been responding to people and hyping up Sanji. Yeah, that's me, if y'all ain't know that. And I just love being a part of this. This is such genuine conversation with people I fuck with. We met in a group chat on Twitter and we made this something great. You feel me? And going forward, we just want to keep growing and keep giving y'all good content. So with that being said, OPU out. Appreciate y'all.